What's up, guys? It's your boy Handy Killcam, along with my co-host,
OG Crunkster.
and today is episode 45 of the OG podcast. 45. Wow.
It's a long time, man.
I know. It's crazy, man.
Mm-mm.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. OG, how was your week, man?
Well, I actually ended up losing my voice partially
Really?
for a little while. Yeah, like it wasn't completely gone, but it was really difficult to talk, which was part of why I didn't really do any videos. I only started feeling better yesterday, so that was the thing.
Who was you screaming at?
Other
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I think I probably just got too excited on Saturday because for our role playing thing, we changed it up a bit. We completely scrapped what we were originally doing and did something different. And I created a type of character that I never thought I'd ever create. And then it turns out that what I created is probably one of the best things to possibly create. Like, basically, I made a summoner,
Uh huh.
and basically the summons that you can summon even at low levels are like better than the entire party. Like
Wow.
it was freaking nuts. Like because nobody really expected much. I mean, me neither. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then as soon as like we created everything and we put on all the stats and everything, like all of a sudden we're like, "Ooh, this thing's a beast!" Like it was pretty legit. I'm actually really happy with what I did, and it kind of got me a little bit hyped and excited for that day. So maybe I got a little too excited, ended up losing my voice. I'm not too sure. So that could have been it.
Dang.
But other than that, yeah, it's kind of nuts. But
That.
other than that, I mean, Seven Nights is on their second anniversary, so I was kind of checking out that thing. Of course, I've been going really hard on both Duel Links and Final Fantasy and New Empire because those are two games I'm just enjoying the most right now for
Mm-hmm.
one reason or another. So I've been really focused on those and haven't really been getting much other games getting any attention. So that's been kind of a weird thing.
Well, I mean, you like what you like. I mean, I've, I've, I've literally put down Call of Duty to the point to where I'm almost thinking about uninstalling Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, just cause like it's just not in my top three. My top three games right now is Fortnite, WWE 2K18, and Overwatch. Those are my top three right now. So,
Okay.
I mean, I literally don't play Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Those are my top three console games. Now, ironically enough, I decided to pick up the Final Fantasy A New Empire, and I started playing it. Um,
Oh.
okay. I enjoy it for what it is. Ironically, the paywall doesn't bother me as much, only because I haven't like seen it to be an issue for me yet.
Hmm.
Because I mean, to me, it's like all those games, having to wait. But I do like that it gives you a lot of speed. One of those those speed things, and
Okay.
you end up getting a lot of VIPs, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, the
Now,
VIP thing I think is pretty legit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now the one thing, and I'm kind of gonna, I guess, gonna give my little review on it. I guess a little bit, because I've been secretly playing it for about a week now, like
Hmm.
nonstop. Like that's the game I play now in the mornings or when I'm like not doing anything. I
Nice.
play that game. It's it's grindy, and it's grindy enough to where like I can set what I need to do and then set it down, and then when it's time to pick it back up again, I can do more stuff. Um, Now the things that I don't like about the game, I feel like it's incomplete in some areas, and I feel like where they're making a lot of money off the game because I know a lot of people that are probably putting a lot of money in this game. I mean, let's just be
Oh
real.
yeah.
And I feel like because of that, it it's missing like too many things. Like for instance, like I'm part of a clan, right? Or part of a
Right.
which I really don't even know who they are. They're like black something whatever. I just picked a random one and see what happens.
Hmm.
They kind of suck. Me and this other guy are really like the only one that active out of 100 members, which is really sucky. But anyway,
Sad. Yeah.
but anyway, all our names are the same in the clan chat. All our names are
Yeah.
the same. I don't like that. Um,
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. Like, anytime you join a guild, no matter what guild you're in, the start of your name is always going to be like your clan initials and then your actual name. And that's supposed to show the world more or less, what group you are, who you represent. It's a way of automatically representing your hood, is more or less what it's trying to do.
what's up, Handy Kill? Or what's up, Handy Kill? What's up, CBO? What's good, man? Uh, but yeah, like but see, no, here's a weird thing. I don't know if our clan did this, but our whole name is the same as like the whole thing is the same. Like it's not just a clan name. Like my name is the same as as everybody else. Everybody's
Well, you
name is.
can change your name. You
Oh,
know that, right?
I did. My name's Handy Killcam.
And somebody else has your initials and Handy Kill Cam on it too?
No, it has their initials and like the clan name. Like there's no like nobody has their name. Like it doesn't show the name. I don't know if the clan guy did it on its own or whatever, but it makes it very confusing. Like I don't know who's talking. I mean,
Well, when you're first playing the game,
yeah.
it looks like, you're just a bunch of numbers, and that's kind of how everyone's default setup until they change their name. So they probably haven't changed their name yet.
I don't know. I've changed my name, so but my name doesn't show up in the chat. I'll screenshot it to you and send it to you.
Now, there are two things that you can change, though. You
You
can
can
change your player name, and
and
you can
your
also change your empire name.
yeah, I changed both of them. Yep.
That's weird that it's like glitching on both because it shouldn't be doing that. Because everybody in my guild, I mean, it just shows our initials and our actual individual names, so that's a little weird. So,
Yeah.
what server are you on? Do you know?
No, I have no idea. Whatever server it put me on, I just created and started and YOLO.
Okay,
But
there you go.
can I change servers? Can I can switch to another server, right? I can do a warp to another server.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. I don't think you can, but I might be wrong. So
Uh,
I'll have to check that.
I didn't. It didn't ask me to pick a server or nothing. I just started and then I picked the.
Yeah, it doesn't really give you a choice in the beginning. I was just not sure if where you started, because if that was the case, I'd see if I can find you and maybe
Yeah.
try to get you in.
Yeah, because my guild sucks. I do all the grinding. Okay, and then my second complaint about the game is that I I got attacked, right?
Sure.
And of course it's my fault because I didn't put up my other bubble, whatever. Because like my guild's not doing anything, so I didn't really think of anything of it. And I mean, I was like, whatever. We're not doing nothing. We're not even talking. It's just whatever. Like I'm always the one doing the crafting, asking for help, and
Mm,
so it's just pretty much me. So I'm like, whatever. I didn't put it up, and then I'm getting attacked, right? And
mm.
like it was like the most lackluster attack I've ever. Like I didn't even know I was getting attacked. The only reason why I knew I was getting attacked was because randomly I saw one of my buildings on fire. Um, I think there needs to be a more dramatic sequence, or the music needs to change. I mean, it's kind of weird when you're getting attacked and you still have that calm Final Fantasy music playing in the background. So I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, I'm getting attacked? Wait, my screen's turning red? Wait, what do I do? And like, I didn't know what to do, and I just sat there until my buildings just weren't in fire anymore. So yeah, and that's another thing I complain to. I think the tutorial is lackluster as far as the like attacking and how to attack and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Um, and I paid attention to everything else with the tutorial. I got like freaking 7 banks at like level 7. I got, you know, I'm leveling stuff up. I'm getting strong, but I just don't
Yeah.
know. I just don't know what I can do. And with that being said, with as much money as they're making off this game, there should be more to the game as far as that in that aspect. But other than that, that's like my only complaint,
Yeah.
about the game. I think, I mean, it really doesn't lack a storyline. I mean, to me, that has no storyline, but that's fine. Um,
It shouldn't really need one, being that it's just a basic war game.
yeah,
You're just kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
against random people.
yeah.
So I wouldn't expect it to have much of a story. It just has some Final Fantasy skins on it here and there, but
I wish I
other
could
than that,
change
it's
my
just
hero too, but they say it's coming soon.
well, technically we can, but because right now they just did an update where you can actually switch play as Prompto now. So they're
Uh,
slowly making it to where you can be different characters, and each character like has different abilities. The problem I have is it's one of those situations where you have to spend $100 to get it,
no, I ain't doing that.
which is just stupid in my opinion.
I ain't.
There might be another way to get it, but if there is, I haven't figured it out. But
Yeah.
because it makes it seem like all you have to do is get this item is the way that it reads. But
Mm.
then you look around, and you have no idea where this item is, and tell you nothing. But then all of a sudden, it gives you a screen where you can pay $99.99.
And get the item. And get the item. I thought it was funny too. You've unlocked a new quest, and then you click on it. It's here. Pay $4.99. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. But other than that, I mean, that's my complaints. I mean, like I say, paywalls don't really bother me no more. I mean, you just see them everywhere. You just tend to avoid
Yeah,
them. My eye just just looks past them. Um,
yeah, that's kind of what I've done too. I've learned to just ignore all the advertisements and just keep playing the game.
yeah, definitely. And then other than that, I've been playing the most best wrestling game to date since SmackDown 2.
Yeah, I
Yes,
remember you seemed really excited about it.
yes, and I don't know what to say. Like, I'm very surprised. Literally, well, my wife was awesome. She was nice. She loved the idea so much she went out and got me the game, and
Nice.
I got the game 4 days early. Also, technically the game was just released yesterday. But
Hmm.
I've had it since 4 days before then, and I've been
Oh
grinding.
wow.
Yeah. Apparently, if you buy it digitally, um, you get it 4 days early, and my wife did that for me because she liked the whole sub idea thing. She's like, that's
Yeah.
genius. Everybody loves it. Like, nobody that I've come across it and told them about it has not liked the idea at all. Um, because for one, I get to
Hmm.
upload their logo onto their character. I can, like, say for instance the Handy Kill Cam logo.
Hmm.
I can upload that into the game, and it's now part of the game. So,
That's cool.
not only that, but it has over 223 wrestlers. Um,
Nice.
all the way from like all the old wrestlers to the wrestlers that we used when we were playing SmackDown to today. Um, and the other thing that's good about the game, it's actually grindy. You can't just create if you're just creating a wrestler to create a wrestler to like play with your friends, yes. But to actually create a wrestler to be like in the career mode, so to speak, you actually have to unlock the moves. And you only get those moves for the certain kind of character you create or the weight you create. So you can't be like a 6 foot Rey Mysterio, a guy with Rey Mysterio's moves. It just doesn't work. They won't let you.
Oh, okay.
They won't let you cheat like that, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And
So the game using a little bit of logic, which is
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. The game has a lot of logic actually. Now, granted, it still has the same wrestling glitches as all wrestling games, which
Hmm.
a lot of people complain about, but we've been dealing with those glitches since Nintendo 64,
So we're
so
used to
I'm
it.
used to it. So like I'm a beast at the game. Now, granted, they did the season mode like they did in SmackDown 2. I don't know if it's ongoing or if it ends, but the My Career, you actually get to build relationships, build foes, and all kinds of stuff. Can get randomly jump backstage and all this. And then on top of that, of course, they have the universe mode. The universe mode now goes on forever, and you get to create your own shows, your own, like, and I mean own shows by I'm saying, like, I can create my own logo and make my own show. So we can make the Bitch Pal Wrestling Show if we wanted to.
Nice.
Um, there's so much customization. I actually found out today, as I was waiting for you to come into the room, you can actually customize your own entrance video. Not entrance, but entrance video. Yes, you can customize your entrance, but you actually get to upload and make your own video. So basically,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So basically, I could take OG Crunksta and make a freaking video trail out of it, and it'll show your logo and everything or whatever we want. It's
That's awesome.
Dude, they have added so much customization to this game. It is crazy. You can do things with blacklight. You can do things with glowing. All kinds of stuff, dude. All kinds of stuff. Um, and then on top of that, they don't know who I am, but they actually implemented something that I've been wanting for a long time. Remember how I was talking about how like they need to make it to where like your created wrestler, the one that you use in your season, in the career mode, they need to make it where you can actually use him and actually compete for online shows, right? And
Okay.
get to be on the online show.
Hmm.
Well, they did one better. They did it to where you get to compete against other wrestlers, online
Hmm.
wrestlers, and if you do well enough, like if you get enough stars throughout the month, you get to compete in the online pay per view. And
Oh, nice.
if you get it, and if you compete in online pay per view, it gives you certain matches. Those certain matches, if you win those matches, you unlock only things that you can get in that mode. So you can't buy it, you can't grind it any other way. So like it's like one of a kind items. You can't get them any other way except for doing, and you can only do it for that month. So like meaning the item is only there for that month. So like next month's pay per view, it'll be a different item, and you can't go back and get the other item. So
So it gives you kind of a motivation to be kind of like a collector.
yeah, and all these items you can use on your wrestler. So you be able to show off your wrestler and show off, hey, I got these items. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like having your own belt, so to speak.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah. Basically, like
Hmm.
this month,
That's pretty cool.
this month is a mask. I've already qualified. This month, it was like 65 stars. Well, I did that within like 2 days. Because
Oh, okay.
I've actually can kick ass at this game.
Hmm.
I'm actually gonna record matches of me playing against online players. I feel confident enough that I can do that now.
Okay.
Most of the matches that I've been playing, I've been doing 4 or 5 star matches. It actually keeps track of your matches, even like when you're playing regularly.
Hmm.
It even keeps track of how many stars you do in a match. And the most beautiful thing about it is that it gives you um, freedom to do whatever you want. So basically, say for instance, oh, I beat you, right? Well, if I hit the X button, I can stop the music and start kicking your ass again. So
Nice.
it's like it's so crazy. It's like, okay, you have this idea, you want to do it, you can do it. Like it's just crazy. It's like, I don't know. I guess you would say it's like a sandbox wrestling game because you can
Yeah, I
put
mean, there seems to be no limitation at all, which is kind of what we've been wanting for the longest time. I mean,
right.
me and you growing up playing all these wrestling games back in the old days, now we're finally seeing what we've always been talking about being done right here, right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I come in here, Handy Kilk is handing out ass whoop kickings. Yeah, I was handing out ass kickings. So yeah, I'm definitely stoked. I'm definitely excited. Um, and the beautiful thing is too, you can even create your own rings, also your own arenas, and you can put your own logos and stuff on the arenas. So basically, say for instance, for the Rogue Energy giveaway I'm gonna do, when we
Hmm.
finally do that pay per view, when we do the Rogue Energy pay per view, I'm gonna create a Rogue Energy ring, pay per view ring.
Okay.
So it's gonna have their logo and everything. It's gonna be sick, dude. I've already created 2 out of the 15 subs that I have already,
Okay.
just because the creativity is so detailed and so intricate. Like it
It just
literally,
takes a long time.
yeah, it takes me 2 to 3 hours to create one wrestler.
Yeah.
And here's the other beautiful thing. You could take a picture of yourself, right? And I could
Hmm.
literally scan that picture into the game, and I could put your face into the game, and it looks like in the graphics. Like it looks like your face. Like it doesn't. You know how normally like, when you create a wrestler, how like the skins all looks like computer generated and stuff, and it looks like bad compared to like the actual wrestlers in the game. Like in the actual wrestlers in the game, you could see like the sweat and stuff, but when you're creator
Mm-hmm.
wrestler, like you didn't see nothing. No, this they actually put the sweat in your creator wrestler, and you can actually put how much body oil you want. You can actually put the veins, everything, dude. Like it is like I said, I may be for some people talking too much hype about it, but me and you, we've been playing wrestling games for years. And the fact that they've took it this far finally, what we've been wanting, it took 15 years, but they finally did it. Um,
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it. Super
No,
excited.
that's tight. Like I like it, man. There's
Yeah,
much hype to that. Yep.
much hype. Yep. So that's been that week, and then my other week, like I said, I can't go too much into it. He said, by the way, DB said hello, OG. By the way,
Hey, what's up?
um, can't go too much into it, but I mean, it's crazy. A lot of stuff's been going on with my esports team. Apparently, they've disbanded their Halo team. Um, and personally, if I could speak frankly on it, which I'm going to, it's my show. I mean, it is what it is. I think it was not the best decision, but again, I'm not the owner. They let go of their team due to financial issues, I guess. But it ended up being a big old thing on Twitter. If you want to see everything, just go check out Olympus's Twitter. But in my opinion, that was what was getting Olympus on the map, because Olympus, like, they were placing maybe not first, maybe not second, but they were placing third and fourth place. And we'll come to find out they had to let go. Wait, he said sweet booty call and veins. There's no return investment for the Halo esports. No, there was a return investment, but I I can't go too much into it because, like I said, I'm still part of the organization. I can't really give my full opinion on it. Maybe one day I will, but I'm not gonna be disrespectful on both parties. But they decided to let it go. And then our boss, our stream team, my boss has stepped down. He stepped down last night, and then another person stepped down last night. So I don't know. I'm at a fence. I'm more at a fence at a moral standpoint of what I want to do and what I want to believe. But see, again, what I emotionally believe and what could be the facts could be totally different. But I just don't like being put in that situation. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Handy and Olympus right now. He said Generation Halo Esports of will become obsolete again within 6 months. Yeah, but that's not what happened. Actually, there was another tournament that they were supposed to go to, and they didn't make it. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead, and it is what it is. They don't pay me. I don't pay them. So this is what happened. Basically, the esports team was supposed to go to the DreamHacks tournament, and basically what happened is they didn't get to go. Whether it was on Olympus's part, whether it was on their part, they didn't get to go, and basically they got left dry, and they didn't get to go to the tournament, and so basically they just didn't go, and Olympus was like pretty much saying, well, I mean, we're gonna let you guys go. I mean, they did a press release. Like I said, you could see it. They said it was due to financial stuff that they weren't able to do. But I mean, again, my opinion is different. But again, my opinion doesn't matter at this point right now.
Hmm.
I don't, like I said, there's some things that I just don't necessarily agree with, and I don't know, with me not agreeing with these things, if I'm going to just back down or step down. But it is what it is.
Hmm.
I'm gonna just be frankly, I think there's a lot of cover up going on both sides. I think
Okay.
both sides are wrong. I don't necessarily. I just don't. I just don't like being in the situation. Even though it doesn't affect me, it affects me because, you know, a lot of people are hating on Olympus, and at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me, but it does affect me. When someone tells you be careful, you know, people might come into your channels, but I don't see that it's gonna happen, but it might happen. Just don't say nothing on the issue until we address it with our press conference, which they already addressed it with the press conference. But when you tell me that, that affects me, because then that's telling me, oh, I gotta keep my guard up just in case. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, to me, that automatically affects me, and then I'm thinking, and then see, I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about Able Gamers. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Right.
automatically tied with Able Gamers. Automatically, you know what I mean? Like, Able Gamers is
Right.
my thing. So if if that makes me look bad, or that whatever, then that makes Able Gamers look bad, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then it's just not good. So I gotta think about the healthy of me and the healthy of the Handy Kill Cam brand. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna have to sit back and I'm gonna have to pray on it. Have a oh my Jesus moment and come to heart and see what I'm gonna do. So yeah. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and
You know,
then
as far as the money is concerned, if you don't mind me chiming in on this,
no, I don't mind.
being that this is for like, I don't know, kind of an organization that's supposed to be supporting like the handicapped,
Yo, Crew Dog, thank you for that host.
don't you think it would have been smarter for them to do like, I don't know, maybe like a fundraiser here and there so that they can raise awareness of what they're trying to do, so
Um,
they can make money to be able to travel and do stuff?
well, see, here's the thing. Olympus and Able Gamers, they're two different organizations. So
Right.
Olympus has nothing to do with the disability and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Olympus is just an actual, well, was an esports team in the Halo community, and they are an esports team in the Call of Duty community also. But yeah, so like, they're two different things. Now, granted, again, I agree they should have, you know, but like I said, in my opinion, you know, I think a lot of it could have been handled better on both sides. And
Hmm.
again, it goes back to what I'm saying. You know, a lot of it's professionalism. And you know, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had the money. I wish I had the money in the investments to run my own organization, but I don't. God doesn't have me in that place. God doesn't have me in that
Hmm.
situation. I necessarily wouldn't do an esports team, but I would do something different. Of course, you know, I'm always about something different, but
Hmm.
not necessarily to say that I could do it better, but just to set a standard of professionalism. Because right now, I feel like when it comes to esports teams, when it comes to stream teams, when it comes to streaming in general, it just becomes too easy, and there's really no standard. There's no professional stream team standard. There's no etiquette. And I feel like that's where, no matter, you know, where I go, there just lacks etiquette. And I don't know, and I just feel like, you know, there needs to be more etiquette especially when it comes to business, especially when you are investing in a company. There needs to be more etiquette, more situations taken in a better place and handled better. You know, so I don't know. I don't know what the future holds with me and Olympus right now. Right now, it's like at a fence, and I know certain people. I said I wasn't gonna talk about it, but the fact that they already did a press release, and then my stream team leader, my boss, stepped down last night. I was just like, well, oh my Jesus. And this happened at midnight last night. So,
Oh wow,
well,
I gotta work.
yeah, well, okay, it probably happened sooner, but that midnight is when I got word of it. So
Hmm.
I was just like, oh my Jesus. Well, what is Handy gonna do? Cause I mean, yeah, I think
Honestly, I would say just keep doing you. I
yeah.
mean, like you said earlier, it doesn't really affect you directly, so you can still do your thing. The only way it's going to affect you is if they bring up your and then people like visit you because of that. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a negative impact. I would just continue to do what you do, and if anybody brings something up, deal with it at that time.
Yeah.
You can't really prepare for everything.
No, I can't. I can't. I just don't.
I mean, you can just worry.
No. Well, I just don't like the drama. I just don't like the drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the drama takes away from the streaming. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah.
it's like this. It's like, well, it looks like there's really not gonna be not much of a stream team. You know what I mean? Do you
Hmm.
get? Do you? Do? What did he say? Do you like? Do you feel like you've gotten anything out of the organization? Yes and no. I mean, granted, the tweet program does help. I mean, and they do lurk. Like, they're probably watching right now. They're probably listening right now, and they're probably like, "Oh my Jesus," you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I mean, what can they do? This is me. This is my show. I could sit and say and talk what I want. I'm technically not under contract right now. So
Hmm.
I pretty much can do what I want. But luckily, I have respect and for both sides, and I can say my piece without going too far on both sides. So yes, I do gain a little bit as far as exposure, but if I'm gonna be frankly with you, I gain a lot more. Able Gamers has done a lot more for me than Olympus has. And that's just not because Olympus is bad, but just because I've been able to gain a better relationship with Able Gamers than I have with Olympus. And that could be on both parts. That could be on my part and their part. But I just been able to do that. And as it is, I might have to be stepping down from Olympus anyway soon because as at the end of TwitchCon, I've talked. Speaking of which, speaking of Able Gamers, I told you I've had a crazy week.
Hmm.
Uh, um, at the end of TwitchCon, Able Gamers and I have decided that they want me to be more part of their channel. So, or not like streaming on their channel, but like helping out with their channel and doing things. So I may be, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
Right.
doing the thing. Crew Doc says he's a team captain, not your boss. It makes me cringe to hear you say him your boss since he doesn't supply you with a paycheck. That's just my feelings on it. Yeah, I totally understand. It just simplifies it for me, for boss. You know what I mean? Because if I say it anywhere else, like, I tend to lose respect. You know what I mean? So if I say boss, then I know I have to have some kind of respect level for you. To where I just won't go overboard. Trust me, OG knows I can go overboard if I have no
Yep.
respect for you. If I have no respect for you, everything goes out the window. Like, I'll just say what I feel, and most of the time, sometimes 9 times out of 10, what I say I feel could be wrong. So I just get it out. So I just tend to think about that. Able Gamers got goal is to help help others, and other orgs' goal is to help themselves. Yeah, definitely. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm bringing it to you guys because I haven't made a final decision yet, but we may drop, we may not. But I know for sure I will forever be with Able Gamers until the day that I die. I know that for a fact. Just because I support their vision, not because they've paid me, not because they've done anything crazy for me, except show respect and love, and I support their vision. And if you can, I would suggest that you support their vision. But other than that, and then my wife had a job interview this week. Ironically.
Oh, nice.
So check this out. This is pretty cool. So, what does Barack Obama call illegal aliens? I don't know, because we're doing a podcast show. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so my wife had a job interview this week. Ironically enough, it was with another company that is actually going to be taking over my wife's company, the San Antonio office. So basically, it's going to be the same thing, same driver, same people. It's just a different name.
Just a different skin, yeah.
Yeah, just a different skin. And then my wife's going to be the manager instead of the.
Hey, so that's even better, really.
Yeah. So yeah, she actually starts, I believe, Friday or Monday. And she's still technically working for the other company until they close. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty cool. So
that's usually how takeovers are, yeah.
Yeah. So what I really thought was cool is not the boss in Austin, not the big boss in Austin, but her boss in San Antonio, took us to lunch this week. Her and her husband. And
nice.
Actually, he's the boss and she's not, but they both work at the same company. They took us to lunch and he just dude, he was just he was talking to me and he was he personally apologized to me. He was like, he's like, I had, stuff like this has happened. He's like, I've been with this company for 17 years. I didn't know that this was going to happen. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He's like, I'm probably just going to work at Bass Pro Shop or something. You know what I mean? So it was really cool that he, was a man enough to say, hey, look, but he was like, your wife's awesome. We love your wife. And this is how cool this dude was. All his employees in the San Antonio office, he's just all, hey, if you want me to write up your resume for you and write you up a letter of recommendation, I'll do that for you so you can get another job. And I'm going to make sure before we leave, before we close out, if you don't stay with this other company, I'm going to make sure you get a job somewhere else. So this dude,
that's cool.
And this dude stayed up until 1:00 in the morning writing people's letters of recommendation and helping them with their resumes. Not every boss will do
awesome.
that. Not every boss will do that.
Not all of them.
No, so I have to give that dude major shout outs and major props. And that was really freaking cool. And he really helped out. He basically, this is what he told, because this other company wanted the San Antonio office. And basically he said, okay, I'll give you our contracts. I'll give you our office, but you got to do one thing. And she was like, what's that? And he was like, you got to take Priscilla. You got to take Priscilla at the manager position. If not, no deal.
Nice.
And they were like, okay. They're like, oh, well, we already talked to her anyway. We have an interview set up with her. And I was like, and they're like, oh, well, okay. And then so they were like, yeah, so we'll take her. And then they're like, okay. And then that's how that worked. So it's kind of like a Monopoly deal, but that's how it worked. If you're playing Monopoly, I'll take Boardwalk if you give me the 2 greens.
Park Place.
Yeah, Park Place. You know what I'm saying? If you give Boardwalk for Park Place, you're pretty stupid.
You are.
He said that guy is a boss. Mad respect for his actions. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a boss. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing was I shaved my beard for this boss. My wife's like, I don't want your beard to be all crazy when you see my boss. But yeah, his beard was more crazier than mine. I said, babe, I could have kept my beard.
All that work for nothing.
All that shaving for nothing. But yeah, so shout outs to him. He's a stand-up guy, and he's a believer in God too, which is really freaking awesome. So
it's an added bonus.
Yeah, it's an added bonus. I mean, not that if you don't believe in God, that's cool. I still love you, but it's just an added bonus because it's another good thing that we can talk about. Of course, we could talk about it too if you don't believe in God, but it's just a more pleasant conversation when you believe in God. More pleasant.
It is.
But other than that, yeah, man, that's been my week. Been a crazy
That's
week.
a crazy week.
I told you, man. It's been a crazy week, man. Crazy week. But go ahead, man. Hit us with your knowledge of what you got today. Or
So this is something that honestly I just came across recently. So I just thought I brought it up only because it kind of hits home to me a little bit. So those of you who actually know me in general know that I've kind of always wanted to have my own business, right? As far as like gaming and whatnot.
right.
Well, there's this old couple that's opening up their own shop, but it's something a little bit different. And I don't know how successful they're going to be.
Mhm.
So good luck to them. But basically, they're opening up their own casual type of gaming shop, but they're not really focusing on like video games and trading card games. They're basically doing a business about board games.
That's
Basically things
interesting.
like Monopoly and Risk and stuff like that. So the way that it turns out is the couple has been collecting board games for so many years, like just for a very very long time. They accumulated a mass collection, and they thought, well, why don't we get an atmosphere where people can come play some simple games, not have to worry about going to like a comic store or a land center, bunch of competitive people that are going to ruin it for them. Just a real casual atmosphere where you can just play simple games like board games and stuff. And then, of course, this could introduce non gamers into the gaming world at a very slow pace to where they could appreciate it more, starting from the bottom and moving up.
Started from
The
the
idea
bottom.
is
Now we here.
interesting.
Oh, go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the idea is interesting as their approach to it. I think it's not something that most people are even thinking about doing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I like it, but I don't know how successful it's going to be. It seems more like a charity as opposed to a moneymaker, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think you could make money from it only because a lot of those, a lot of the good games, a lot of the good board games now, like your
Hmm.
Monopolies, your Unos, your um, Risk, your Connect Four,
Hmm.
even Connect Four, Battleship, they're all play. You can play them digitally now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, what would have been cool because there's this table that there's I see it on Facebook a lot. It's called
Hmm.
it's like a board game table. I don't remember the name of it, but it would have been cool if they would have had those tables set up and then they could play those like that because it was like almost it was digital of course, but it was like a touch screen and you could play all those games on it. See, because here's the thing, right? What happens when you like lose all those pieces, or what happens when, because let's face it, pieces get lost,
Yeah, they
and
do.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
And yeah, what's gonna happen when those pieces get lost, or something like that? And it's like, and how do you charge for something like that? Like an hour?
See, and that's the thing is they didn't really go into detail as far as like, are they going to be a pay per hour kind of thing or pay per game kind of thing? And that's what's weird because my question is, why would I spend money per hour to play a board game, especially if it may not even last an hour or, you know, I don't know, you don't really get much out of it. You know
No.
what I mean?
And why
So
am
I'm
I
not sure where they're making money.
why am I gonna pay hours to play Monopoly somewhere else when I could just go to the store, buy it myself for $20, and play it as much
Or
as I
less.
want or less at home and play it at home. And I'm sorry, but nowadays when I go and try to play Monopoly with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law in New Mexico, we have to play the digital version because if we play the physical version, it gets physical. People start throwing pieces at each other and getting mad and getting angry. Monopoly is a very angry game. I,
It is.
it is. Um, you know,
Friendships have been like decimated due to Monopoly.
due to Monopoly,
Families have like shunned each other and disowned each other due to Monopoly.
divorces have happened over in Monopoly. Well, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm just adding to the monotony, to the
Yeah.
monotonous on Monopoly. But anyway, like I don't know. It seems like more of a something like I could see it for like charity because there is like a charity. I used to be a part of it. I'm technically still part of it, but I'm not active in the community. where I thought it was gaming, right? Because it had like a little gaming controller and it's play. But you really just play board games for hours and you log it in and for those many hours like they donate so much. You know what I mean, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I could see that, but I don't see how the company stays afloat without somebody like supporting them. And it's like,
Well,
who supports
they
them?
do have one thing going for them is the fact that they're supposed to be like serving like coffee and I forgot what the other two things were. They were like some kind of a sweet. It's kind of like going to a coffee shop, except you can play board games. So I'm guessing maybe they're going to hope that the coffee and bakery type stuff sells good enough to make up for the fact that they're not going to be making money off this board game thing.
Yeah, I just
Like maybe the board game thing is just to give some people something to do while they have their coffee, kind of a thing. So
what was that bookstore? What was that bookstore that used to be open? That I can't think of it right now. Come on, it used to be a big,
you're talking about the
amazing
one
book.
in the forum?
Yeah, what was it called? What
Oh,
what was it called? I know y'all know it. I know y'all know that are listening in the stream. Y'all know it.
yeah,
Is
I
it
can't think
is
of the
it
name of
Barnes
it
and
because
Nobles? Is it Barnes and Nobles? Yeah, it's
it
Barnes and
wasn't
Nobles.
Was it Barnes and Nobles? I thought it was
I
a different
It
store.
might have been, but anyway, you could buy board games there, and you could drink coffee there, and you could read books there, and you could play the board games there.
That's
So,
true.
you know,
I do remember that now. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, so what's different? You're just not gonna have books.
yeah.
Um,
Just have board games.
just board. I just don't see myself saying, hey, OG, man, yo, let's go drop $20 at that board game place and let's go play some Monopoly, bruh. You know,
Yeah, it's
they got
it's
better.
really for that crowd that I guess is not into electronics because I mean the whole idea is to get people off of their phones more or less all the time because I see people walking around constantly like playing games on their phones and stuff or their handheld gaming devices, and this is kind of their way to try to eliminate that by saying here's a board game. But honestly, I just don't see it being a thing. I mean, the coffee shop idea that'll work. I
Where
mean, they'll make money selling food, but
where
that's
where's
about
the
it, really.
location at? Do you know?
It's not here in our area. I'll have to double check exactly where it is, but it's not here. I know that for sure.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I just don't see it happening unless now maybe if they added like some like the tabletop like old arcade games like Centipede or stuff like that. That would be kind of cool.
that would be cool, but that also would defeat their purpose. Like they're trying to get away from electronics in general. Now, what they could do, that would make the money if you're just trying to get them away from electronics, get into trading card games. You know, Magic
That
the
too.
Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Magic the
like
Gathering.
those are
Yeah.
actually very
I
legitimate.
actually watched a Magic the Gathering tournament on Twitch the other day. It was live.
Nice.
Yeah, there was it was
Yeah, I
a
mean, it's a big deal.
I you know what they could do. This is where they would make their money, but it's technically a board game. Host domino tournaments, stuff like that. That's where they would make
Hmm.
their money because people love to play dominoes. Um,
Yeah, they do.
but they would have to make it to where somebody gets something out of it. You know what I mean? They had to get
Yeah.
something out of it. You would have to get something out of it. But I don't
But I
know.
don't think they're going to do it. And the only reason I don't think they're going to do something like that is because they specifically said in the article that they were trying to get people away from the whole like competitive scene,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't feel pressured or nothing. They want an atmosphere where casual people can relax. What they don't understand is casual people like to hang out with competitive players and just kind of learn
Yeah,
from them.
that's yeah,
You
that's the
know,
way like a casual player learns if they really want to be competitive or not.
Yeah, because when I was running my shop, we had all kinds of competitive and casual people, and they all got along. Like it wasn't like someone felt out of place or anything because they were all playing the same game, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And of course, the more competitive people would probably hang out a little more, and the more casual people would hang out. But of course, they still have people they could chill with. And then at the end of the day, they came to our shop, they played together, they had fun,
right.
and then we made money. And that's just
Definitely.
how it was.
Yeah, definitely. Like even when we did training cards ourselves back in the
Yeah.
day, there was the competitive people, and we were more the we tried to be competitive, but we were more the You were the competitive, But you,
Yeah, I was the one that was kind of putting my name out there, but that's
what's
just how I
up?
am.
What's up, James? What's good, man? What's going on with you, man? This is the podcast, man. This is one of our newest followers. He's been following me ever since like 3 or 4 days ago. He comes in here like every day now. What's up, James? What's good, man? This is the podcast I was telling you about, man. We do this every Wednesday where we just chill and talk about games and what's going on in the gaming community, bro. Well, in our gaming community, because we tend to not go again. We tend to not do what everybody else is doing. We just like to report what's important to us, and 9 times out of 10, it's important to other people. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, though. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy.
Well, good luck to them, but I don't know. I think the coffee idea is what's going to make them money, not really the board game thing.
Depends on much. Depends on what. Again, it all depends about the price, because if it's just coffee, I can just go down to Starbucks and get coffee, or Dunkin' Donuts for $2 and get good coffee. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it all just depends about the price and the location and the audience that they're trying to target. Maybe they're trying to target
Yeah.
like people like in their 50s and 60s or 70s. Who knows? You
Who
know?
knows?
Who knows? But shout
Bring that
out.
nursing home in there.
Yeah, bring them granny panties up in there. Anyway. Anyways, yeah. So my next story is gonna be something that I just found out about right before we started the podcast. Oh, I'm not trying to watch a video right now. My bad. I'm
Whoops.
just trying to, cause I watched the video, but I'm trying to remember the title of what it was. Okay, yeah. EA closes one of their studios. They close out Visceral Studios. Visceral Studios is mainly known for most of their like high, high intensive games. Like they were supposed to be working on this massive Star Wars game, not Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 is still coming out. But they didn't really say what it was going to be. My guessing is what it was going to be was it was going to be like an open world Star Wars game, and it was supposed to be released in 2018, 2019. But now all of a sudden EA decided to close the whole studio, and so people are like, well, what's going to happen to this game? And they're like, well, we're going to push it back. And the funny thing is it's going to put them in trouble with the licensing of Star Wars, because in their contract, they were supposed to put this game out. It was supposed to be part of their contract. It was supposed to be part of their deadline. And they're not going to meet their deadline. So, therefore, EA might be losing the rights to Star Wars, which, in my opinion, bravo. I'm happy. Star Wars needs to go somewhere else. Star Wars is not, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion. My opinions are not facts. In my opinion, Star Wars has become too kiddish with EA. Meaning, I don't know. Star Wars is cool. I appreciate the graphics. I appreciate everything else. But they have made Star Wars like too kiddish for me. And also, I'll say this. So is Disney. Disney has kind of made Star Wars too kiddish for me too, to the point to where like they want to put a Star Wars out each year. I don't like that. They're gonna be putting out a Star Wars out each Christmas. I don't like that. And I liked it when it was like every 3 or 4 years, 6 years, and me and OG and Chris and a bunch of us would freaking scrounge up and freaking get tickets to go see Star Wars. Now me and OG are not gonna go see Star Wars because we just don't want to go see it every year. Correct?
Yeah.
It's just
absolutely. It's just not a thing.
Star Wars was just not a thing where you saw every year. It was like that jewel that you find every once in a while when you're like on a quest or something,
Yeah.
And it just ruined it. And I feel like EA, even though they've made a very good game and making an emerging Star Wars game, I feel that Star Wars really wasn't meant to be a multiplayer first-person shooter per se. I always saw Star Wars. I always wanted the Star Wars on a console game where it was like a full, and I'm gonna say this word, get ready, MMO, but a real MMO, to where like I wanted the PC version of the Star Wars MMO to be on a console, to where like I'm grinding something like Destiny. I would like to see something like that with Star Wars, in something like Destiny. I think not necessarily like Destiny, because everybody's already tired of Destiny already. Like, Destiny is dead to a lot of people. Once you've already dead. Once you grind it and you've maxed out, and you're pretty much done with Destiny. But I would like to see like an ongoing, evolving game, open world, MMO, questing, stuff like that. Either choosing to whether to be a friend or a foe, to be able to turn on your foe. I guess, you know what? Here we go. Something like Eve. If you guys haven't heard of the game Eve, Eve is a very massive online game that's on PC. But I would like to see it on console. Now, Eve is on console. It is on console now. But I actually liked Eve on PS3 because when you played Eve on PS3, what you did on the PS3 would affect the online community on the PC. Even though you were like battling on the ground, those battles on the ground would affect the intergalactic community in space. And for the people in the PC, you could actually, like, they would actually like have a team and stuff. Did you see Respawn, developer for Titanfall, is actually working on Star Wars? Yeah, I saw that. Because basically what's gonna happen is the other people, what EA is trying to do, even though they shut their doors, that company, well, not EA shut their doors, but Viasol shut their doors. The people that from EA Vancouver is gonna try and take their stab at it. So the people that have made NHL hockey, EA Hockey, we might as well just call it EA Hockey, EA FIFA, they're going to try and take their stab at it, and along with Respawn Studios, they're going to try and put it together. Now, Respawn makes good games. Titanfall is a good game. But where Titanfall failed was they released it at the wrong time. But I don't know. I just see Star Wars more as a bigger game on console than what it is now. Like, I feel like it should just be more than just a first-person shooter, team deathmatch, or domination, or search and destroy, or.
Well, I kind of agree with you, because there are so many like main characters that you could make a legit RPG about it. I mean, from all types of the Star Wars, say not just like what you've seen, as far as in movies, but even the animated version, like Clone Wars, where they may have some names that don't exist in the actual movies. You can combine both genres into the game and make your own story with it. I think that would be great. And then make it an MMO, like you said. That is totally doable. I mean, it could almost like a World of Warcraft competitor if they really tried.
Right, exactly.
Now, granted, I'm not going to say that they'll beat World of Warcraft because they've been around for a while, but to be, an interesting competitor, because honestly, what games compete with World of Warcraft these days that you hear?
Nothing.
Because not even Diablo, because a lot of people that I've talked to who played Diablo said that they're more or less burnt out of it. I mean, they enjoyed the game, in its prime, but they end up always going back to WoW. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Diablo is trash.
Kind of. Well, I don't think it's trash. I actually like Diablo in general. I played Diablo 2 for a while. Local area connection. It's actually a legit game. It's just that WoW is just a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's hard to really explain. But I think that a Star Wars tried, they could do something like that.
Yeah, and I think so. And it would be awesome if they did it in the console market, because I know they do have an RPG game in the PC world, and actually it's still going. It's a PC RPG MMO. It's still going, and it's free to play. It's actually free to play. It used to be $15 a month, like World of Warcraft, but it's free to
Mm-hmm.
play. Um, Ironically, my computer can't run it, but
Of course not.
of course not. But I would like something like that on console. Now, again, like you said, nothing's challenging World of Warcraft really. I would play World of Warcraft. I want to play World of Warcraft, but dun dun dun, I don't feel like paying $15 a month.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Not saying that it's not worth it,
Yeah,
but
not.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't feel like paying a bill for a game. Or
Yeah.
you
I
know,
feel you there.
it's pretty much what that is. It's a bill. You know what I mean? It's no longer
Mhm.
it's no longer a luxury. And then if I don't pay that bill, I lose my character. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know
Mm.
the whole truth on that, but that's how I would feel like. You know, so it's like, well, dang, I put all this work, and now this work's gonna go in the waste if I don't pay my $15. You know, I just no. And granted, I can't use a mouse and control. I can't use a mouse and keyboard, so that's another thing too.
Right.
But you know, other than that, like,
No, granted, they do make PC controllers. It's just
yeah,
it's just different. Yeah.
yeah, and I know I can hook up my Xbox controller, and it'll probably work. I actually figured out how to play PUBG on my PC finally. So I've been playing a little bit of that, but it still runs it too hard. I mean, it doesn't run it too hard. I could play it, but it just scares me because I'm like, well, what if my PC breaks? Then
Yeah.
if my PC breaks, I'm out. I'm out. No more streaming.
Peace.
No more podcasts. Nothing. You know, and it's like I can't afford to for it to die, and I'm just sitting here playing a game. I can't even stream it. So it's like I'm pretty much wasting time playing a game it's not doing anything. You know,
Right.
I can't make a video on it. I can't stream it. So I'm wasting time in my opinion. You know what I mean? When I could be making content and on YouTube or streaming. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Or supporting somebody. So, you know, I just don't want to kill my PC. But other than that, yeah, so EA, I hope you do lose Star Wars. I'm just saying. I love you, EA. You know, shout outs. You'd rather lose Star Wars than Madden, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they've been with Madden forever. I mean, Star
But-
Wars is kind of new in comparison.
But still. Yes, Hellboy, I shaved. What's up, man? What's good, man? Yeah, I did shave. I shaved for my wife's boss that he didn't shave. So what's up, man? How you doing, bro? I'm glad to see you out and doing well. What's good, man? But other than that, yeah, that's my story on EA closing down. Or not closing down.
That's cool.
Let me rephrase that. EA is not closing down. EA
Oh, no.
Visceral is closing down. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's your next story?
So this is more of a history lesson, and not really a lesson, but just kind
Uh-oh.
of something interesting that I learned.
Teach us.
The Konami code. You remember that, right?
Yes.
The whole up, down, left, right, B.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is actually funny because I actually have a T-shirt that actually has that Konami code on it. And there was actually one day I walked up into a comic store that I used to hang out at. And as I was walking in with this shirt on that had the actual code, there were two people like in the front of the counter arguing what the Konami code was. So in an effort to make everybody laugh, I just stood like kind of between them with the code on my shirt and just waiting how long they'd go back and forth before they would notice. And everybody in the room was just laughing. They were just like, "Oh my god, he's like right there with the code on the shirt, and they're not even seeing it." And I just
funny.
stood there.
That's
And I just
funny.
kept looking back and forth and everything. But anyway, that's not really my story. That's just the funny part of it.
Okay.
But the Konami code was originally not supposed to be a thing. The way that it started was, if you could actually find this, there's a couple of videos that I found that kind of discuss it, but-
Wait. Before you go diving into it, why don't you explain what the Konami code is for somebody that doesn't know, for the new generation?
Okay, so the Konami code, and it's basically a code that you enter in up, down, left, right, B, A, and depending on how many players you may have to select or start so many times. Well, anyway, when you input this code, it's basically a cheat code. It's basically one of the first cheat codes you could ever do, like on console, more or less, not including Game Genies and stuff like that. And when you would input this code on certain games, you would get certain things. Like in Contra, which is what this game is, which is what the code is mostly known for, you would gain 30 lives in Contra, which was almost a necessity because that game was freaking ridiculously hard. At least,
Hmm.
when we all first played it. So basically, you enter the code at the title screen of most of your games, or even during the game, and then you would get some kind of cheat that would give you a big advantage. So, thank you for letting me explain what it is.
You're welcome.
Now that you have an idea of what it is, the way that it actually started was somebody was testing a game, and the game happened to be a game called Gradius. Now, I don't know if you
Mm,
remember this or
I
not,
remember
but
that
it's
game.
it's I actually kind of like it. I'd really like to play that again. But anyway, scrolling shooter kind of game. You're just this little plane. You're shooting all these little like things, sprites that are on the screen or whatever, until you got to the boss and you have to like basically kill it. Well, apparently the person from the company here in the States was testing the game, but they were having a hard time completing it because it was just difficult. So the guy programmed this code, which of course at the time wasn't called a Konami code. He just inputted a code to where if he inputted the code, he would get all of the power ups more or less. All the
Wow.
extra shooters and the shields and whatnot, and you'd automatically be able to play it to finish the game. Now, nobody knows, or at least it hasn't come out yet, if it kept it in the game was an accident, or he forgot to take it out, or if he just decided screw it to leave it in. But he ended up leaving it in. And then
Wow.
as that happened, other games like Contra, for example, started inputting the same idea. Well, let's go ahead and put this code in there and make the game not as difficult. And then it happened with a few other games too, but it's mainly the Konami code because most of the games that have it are from Konami.
Konami.
Yeah, so I thought that
Nice.
was kind of interesting because I never really knew how it came out, but there's a chance that it may have just been a pure accident. Like maybe the person who put it in for testing maybe forgot and just left it in.
Hey, hey, I know some of us streamers, we tend to put stuff in and we tend to forget to remove it. But so that's funny. Speaking of Konami, Konami's pretty much like non-existent anymore. They've
Uh,
they
I, I think that I mean, they kind of exist. It's just not a big deal in the video game industry. Now, I want to say they're actually behind a card game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure which one, but I want to say Konami is in league with a trading card game, which if that's the case, they'll be all right then.
well,
But yeah, you don't really hear
from what I've
much
been
out of them.
hearing, and I've been wanting to report this for a while, but I need more substance. There a lot of people are leaving, quitting, just because of some legal issues.
Hmm.
So from my understanding, either they're gone or they're done or there's not much of Konami left, which really stinks because where I started loving Konami was the Metal Gear Solid series, the first couple ones on
Hmm.
PlayStation. Though Metal Gear Solid 1 by far is my favorite Metal Gear by far. That was in my opinion. So the flood of '98 happened, and I had nothing to play, and so with some of the money that we got from FEMA or whatever, my mom went and got me a PlayStation.
Hmm.
I didn't really want. I didn't know what I wanted at the time. I don't remember, but I wasn't kind of happy with it at the time. I was like, it's a disc. I don't know nothing about no disc. What am I gonna play music on this thing or what? Ironically, you can play music on the PlayStation One.
Yep.
But so I had no memory card either. And I had the game Metal Gear Solid. I literally beat that game with no memory card and beat the whole game. I literally put 10 to 15 hours in that game and beat it straight through. Now, another reason why I like this game was because that game was so like that game made you think. There was a boss. I can't remember his name, but he had a mask over his face and he could read your mind, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he knew like when you press to the left, he would go to the left. When you press to the right, he would go to the right. Now, so guess the way you had to beat him.
How's that?
I know you don't know this because I don't think you've ever played Metal Gear Solid, correct?
I well, I've never physically played it. I've watched you guys play it, but I
Okay.
do know how you beat the boss. Yeah.
Okay, you do know how you beat the. You literally have to unplug the controller out of the first port and plug it into the second port, so he can't read your mind, and
Mm-hmm.
and you can beat the boss, and it actually works. To me, that is the most ingenious thing to ever do and put in a game, and it's time. I thought that was great. At that very moment in time, I fell in love with that game. Now, granted, Metal Gear Solid 2 failed. Metal Gear Solid 3 failed. All the other Metal Gear Solids failed, in my opinion. In my opinion, there is not one Metal Gear Solid that stands to Metal Gear Solid 1. But that's when I fell in love with Konami. I thought that was like freaking awesome.
Okay, so you kind of came in their later days,
Right.
which kind of makes sense because like I said, I've been playing Konami since Nintendo because Konami was a huge brand back in the Nintendo days. I mean, they had all kinds of great games. It's just that, I guess as time progressed, maybe they just, I mean, honestly, I mean, from what I saw, Metal Gear Solid, I thought it was a pretty solid game. I mean, I never bought it myself because it wasn't really my thing. But
Right.
I thought that what you just talked about, as far as how you beat the final boss, that was ingenious. Like,
Yeah,
what game, what company was really thinking about that? Like, that
yeah.
was just awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, as far
Exactly.
as the future games, I never actually watched or played them, so I don't know. I don't really have an opinion as far as if they were ever good or not. I'll just take your word for it because I, trust your opinion on that kind of game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty interesting though.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy though. I didn't know. To be honest with you, I knew about the Konami code, but I never remembered it. You know what code I always remember? I always
Hmm.
remember the metal, or not metal, but the Mortal Kombat 2 code. Left down left, right down right, left right right, A B start.
Oh, is that the one that unlocked blood or whatever in the Sega version?
No. It unlocked no for Mortal Kombat 2. It unlocked the whole game to where like you could see all the fatalities, and you had one button fatalities and everything. You could do everything,
Oh, that
and
code.
and
Okay,
you could see
okay.
the friendships, the bestialities, the animalities. They had all those things. It was freaking crazy, and then you got to play with all these extra characters too, mind you.
Well, that's cool.
That's what made Mortal Kombat 2 great. Other than that, Mortal Kombat 2 wasn't that great. Uh, Speaking of older games, um,
Hmm.
I'm speaking of which, what was my I think from a graphical standpoint, Mortal Kombat 3 was my favorite Mortal Kombat from a graphical standpoint. But other than that,
Okay, I mean, I wasn't really a huge Mortal Kombat guy, so it's hard for me to say what my favorite is. I mean, the only one that I ever bought was the second one. That was the only one I. No, no, I'm sorry. I had the fourth one too, but I always make fun of it because that was that game where if like somebody broke your arm, he'd go, "I hurt my leg. Oh,
yeah.
my leg!"
Oh my
Like they
leg,
were all.
yeah,
It didn't
yeah,
matter what part of the body that you
uh,
hit; they always complained about their leg, which I thought was
yep,
ridiculous. So I made fun of Mortal Kombat because of it, but to say that I actually enjoy the games, I don't know. I was just never really that impressed. I was just more of a Street Fighter guy. That's just how it was. I mean, Street Fighter was more for me, more the competitive thing, more the uh, just good combos and stuff. I just had a lot more fun with Street Fighter. I just was never a Mortal Kombat guy.
yeah. I don't know. I buy into the hype and then I stop playing it. Like I don't even play Mortal Kombat XL no more. Well, I really got it for my wife, but she doesn't play it, so it's still
Mm,
installed on my PlayStation, but she doesn't play it. But it's still there
fair
in
enough.
case she wants to
Still
play it.
there. You never know.
Like I said, my top three games right now is Fortnite, Fortnite, WWE 2K18, and Overwatch. Those are my top three, top three
That
right
you're
now.
currently
That
playing.
am I
Yeah.
currently playing right now. And then
Yeah.
mobile, I'm playing Final Fantasy and Age of a New Empire or whatever. That's the only game
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm not even touching Yu-Gi-Oh at the moment, which is weird. The next story I want to get into, and it's something that everybody's gone crazy about, and I have to thank DB for, digging a little bit deeper. DB is like my silent reporter. Like he always double checks my facts, and then if I'm wrong, he'll politely show me where I'm wrong, or show me something. And thank you, DB. So everybody, and I'm just gonna make a long story short because it could be a long story. So this girl basically got banned on Twitch, and she got banned. She kept going around on Twitter, I got banned on Twitch for playing copyrighted music, blah, blah, blah. Well, long story short, come to find out, she did not get banned for copyrighted music. She got banned for basically fraud. I don't remember. It was basically fraud with money and accounts and like PayPal and stuff like that. So they banned her. But she went around on Twitter basically saying that she got banned for copyrighted music. It causes so much of an uproar. Even I stopped playing music on my stream. DB stopped playing music on his stream. Grandpa stopped playing music on his stream. And the rumor's still going around. In fact, Olympus, it was in the Olympus chat last night, to be careful, and I had to put it to rest that it's not. And thanks to DB's post and article, I was able to share it with Olympus and share that indeed that she was not banned for music. And here's something you got to think about it, right? And I started thinking about it after we had the conversation and after we had the common sense. Or after we had the article and we read the article. Here's the common sense of it all. How is it illegal to play the music if Twitch automatically bleeps out the music? Meaning, yes, you hear the music live, but when somebody goes to play the music, Twitch already automatically takes out the audio in the music. So it's like Twitch is like, and in hindsight, it's like protecting us from the copyrights, because when you do that in YouTube, when YouTube hits you with a copyright strike, ironically, I get. Speaking of which, I'm gonna let you guys know. If you guys think I'm doing the WWE videos because to gain money and to gain views, I'm gonna tell you right now. Because the way I do my videos, I don't do none of the editing that everybody does. I don't gain no money from the WWE videos. Every WWE video, I get hit with a copyright strike. You want to know why I get hit with a copyright strike? Because of the music. And you know what? You want to know something funny? YouTube doesn't take the music out like Twitch does. And this is what I'm trying to say, because everybody's like saying, oh, Twitch is trying to be like YouTube. No, because Twitch, on our behalf, takes the music out, so we don't get hit with a copyright strike. So, and that's why I went back and listened to my streams after everything was said and done, and I was like, well, there's no way she got banned for the copyright strike. Even so, because they still block out the music. Granted, there is ways to get around it, but in hindsight, the music still gets blocked out. Now, if you go to YouTube and you go to all my WWE videos where they're playing the music, none of the music is cut out. So there's the difference between YouTube and Twitch, and the difference between a copyright strike and not a copyright strike. Granted, it was put to rest anyway because she wasn't banned for that. But still, it's funny. It's interesting how a rumor can start everything and make everybody go crazy. Facts are nothing but facts. So help me God. Yes, thank you, DB. But what else you got? And then I got some Twitch etiquette I wanna share after you have your next story, or if you have a next story.
I do actually. Awesome. Excuse me. Throat's already going out, and I've already just got started.
Screaming.
Anyway, already screaming, getting too hype up in here. But no, I found another little history lesson that I thought was pretty cool, because you know me, I'm all about the old school. So I figured, there might be a few old school people that might be able to, appreciate the kind of what I'm dropping here. But Something I also saw recently was how Super Mario RPG became a thing.
Hmm.
And the only reason that I find this important is not just because I actually love the game, but it actually expands on the whole reason that like Nintendo and Square uh, lost kind of their connection. So it's kind of a two for one.
Speaking of which, I love
So
Square Enix, but go ahead.
yeah, Square Enix is a great
I love it.
company. They
I
make
love it.
all types of just really, really good games. Even before they became Square Enix, when they were just straight up like SquareSoft, I think it was.
I thought it was Square.
Like,
It was Square Enix. I thought it was Square. I thought it was Square and then Square Onyx and now Square Enix.
or yeah, it might have been just Square and then Square Enix, but I thought for some reason it was SquareSoft, but I'm probably thinking of something else. But either way, um, before they were with Enix, they were still a pretty legit brand. I mean, they were, a dominant force in the RPG realm, which RPGs, of course, were more pop. Well, a lot of the better RPGs, in my opinion, were from more of the older games. But anyway,
Xeno Saga.
so
Sorry.
there you go, Xenogears and all that. It's still a thing, believe it or not. They're
I
still
know.
making games.
I know.
But
I know. I need to get my hands
so
on some. Go ahead.
the reason that Super Mario RPG became a thing was because, believe it or not, despite the fact that the full Final Fantasy games are so popular now, they were actually not popular back in the day when they first came out.
Really?
Like, yeah, like when they came out in Japan, I mean, they were, making lots and lots of money. But when it came out for Nintendo, there was only like a few people here and there that were buying it. They really weren't making much money or nearly as much money as they would in Japan. And of course, when you're not making a lot of money, you start to question like what's going on. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
what people in Japan like is different from what people in the States like. So
Right.
it's kind of a thing. It's gotten to the point to where they've had to make watered down versions of their own game to basically cater to our liking, which is
Right.
kind of sad, honestly. I think a game should stand on its own. But anyway, um, knowing that they were having some problems in their RPG because that was kind of a new concept at the time, Nintendo kind of stepped in and was like, "Well, how about this? Why don't we do?" And this is really the short version of the story. There's actually more to it, but
Right.
why don't we do a RPG but with Mario in it? You know what I mean? And just put his cast in it, and maybe that might get more people into RPGs in general. And Square agreed, and it was a huge success. Like a lot of people loved and played the game, and then on top of that, because of that, more people started getting into the old school Final Fantasies and other RPGs that came out, and then RPGs became a thing. So I thought that that was kind of cool that Nintendo kind of helped put Square on the map in terms of RPGs just because they put a Mario skin on it. And honestly, Mario RPG was a good game in general. It was just a nice short story that you can really beat in a day if you tried.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of comedy, a very,
Right.
very funny game if you really just pay attention to what's going on.
But Mario
And
games have always been secretly humorous and sort of perverted
yeah,
at the
you're
same
right. They've
time.
always been kind of funny and silly. You're absolutely right.
Hmm.
I definitely agree there.
And a little
And
bit perverted too, just a little bit, just a little bit.
just a little bit.
You
It
had to find it.
depends,
You
but
had to find
yeah,
it. You had to
you
find it.
have to find it. Yeah, little Easter eggs, if you will.
Hmm.
But anyway, so because of this, they were gonna try to, do more things, especially with Final Fantasy and making a Super Mario RPG 2, which there is a Super Mario RPG 2, but it only exists in Japan. And the reason mainly is because, as I've hinted to for the longest time, Nintendo and Square were trying to do this thing, make a new Final Fantasy together. And apparently, because I was a little bit wrong, because I had made a statement that Final Fantasy VII was supposed to come out on N64, but that actually might be slightly off because the way that it was supposed to be is that Nintendo and Sony were supposed to make their own console that was supposed to be disc based. The problem is that Nintendo was not going to have a lot of rights and they weren't going to make a lot of money to it. So Nintendo would have lost a lot of control had they let this happen.
Hmm.
So what they did was is they went behind their backs and struck a deal with Philips to make a disc system,
Shout out to Philip.
which
I'm just kidding.
yes. Well, ironically, one, they said, screw it, we're just going to partner with Sony, make our own system, and make our own Final Fantasy, which, in my opinion, was Nintendo's biggest mistake,
Yeah.
going on their back. And then, of course, the whole thing with Nintendo and Philips didn't even become a thing. They ended up not actually releasing the system in the States, so it was never a thing. thus the reason why one, instead of having Super Mario RPG 2 from Nintendo, they changed it into Paper Mario because that was what Super Mario RPG 2 was supposed to be.
Mm.
Um, so it ended up being Paper Mario instead, just to avoid like copyright laws and things like that. And then
Interesting.
of course, yeah, and so that and that's honestly the whole reason that Nintendo and and their partners just ended up not getting along because Nintendo is kind of a control freak. Let's just
Yeah,
be
well,
honest.
let's just be
And
honest.
knowing that they weren't going to have like the kind of power they were used to having, they were like, I don't know about this, which is why they tried to get with Philips, and they ended up still not even being a thing. And yeah, now you have the
So
PlayStation.
okay, so here's my next question because you notice how you said our
Hmm.
Mario RPG was for some it was made for something else, and you had originally became Paper Mario, and then or the other thing about Paper Mario. So my question is to you, what do you think? Do you think it's the same thing that happened with Mario Rabbit, Super Mario Rabbit, that just came out recently for this Stitch or Stitch,
The
Switch,
Switch.
Yeah.
Um.
Do you think it's
Well,
gonna be the same thing, the same situation? Sounds like it to me. It sounds like always the throwed off Mario's are that situation because if you think about it, part uh, Mario Paper, and then you had the Super Mario RPG that you were just talking about. Same scenario, same situation, throwed off game, and then here we have with Super Mario Rabbit.
Well, Rabbids has always been kind of a thing. Like, I don't know exactly how super popular it is, but I mean, I know that they've existed. So maybe it's a way for, Nintendo to sort of help Rabbids in general. Now, as far as Nintendo making the same mistake again, I hope they're not dumb enough to be, you know, too crazy to get rid of a good company because they're too power hungry. Because honestly, them losing like Final Fantasy in general was a huge loss. Was
Yeah,
a huge loss.
yeah, I know, I
So
know.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but as far as publicity, I say it's the same thing. It's putting
Right.
rabbits on the map, or at least trying to. And honestly, the general audience is loving it. Like
I
everybody, to be honest, at first was a little bit iffy about it. I know you were kind of like, I don't know, this kind of sounds
nope,
weird.
nope, nope.
But now that there's been like a lot of people demoing it, like it's actually kind of becoming a thing. The only problem that I have with it is that it's way too Mario, and I know that sounds weird because it is a Mario title. But the thing is like you're forced to constantly use Mario the entire game as opposed to any of
Uh,
the other characters. Where at least in Super Mario RPG, I want to say, actually, no, I think you had to use Mario then too. No, you didn't. I think you can actually switch out Mario, if I'm not mistaken, in your party. So I think that they should have made it a little more customizable where you could use other characters too, that it's not just focused on Mario, especially since it's more focused on the rabbits anyway.
right.
Uh, so I don't know. I guess this is Nintendo being a control freak. I mean,
I don't
but
know. Here's my hypothesis, right? So, I think if I'm correct, Ubisoft is helping making this game. If I'm correct,
mhm.
with and they're like, we want to make a Mario game. Now, granted, Mario Odyssey is just around the corner, so
Yeah.
I think this is what happened. Ubisoft wanted to make a Mario game, but they're like, hey, we don't want you overstepping our Odyssey game. Our Odyssey game is gonna be our major Mario title. So if you make a Mario
Hmm.
title, it's got to be something throwed off. So they said, okay, well, how about we put them in rabbit suits and make it like
Yeah,
a turn-based strategy, whatever. Yeah,
and it's a little weird because it's sort of like like a tactics RPG,
right,
but
exactly.
It's it's not like a traditional tactics RPG because apparently you can move around and do like some more crazier things. Like I don't remember the whole
I'm about to watch it when it's
synopsis of it.
somebody's gonna have to stream freaking Mario Rabbit for me, cause I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
someone's gonna
buy.
have to stream it.
I am not gonna buy it to play it. First of all, I don't have a Mario Switch. Second of all, if I have a Mario Switch, I'm playing Zelda. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if I have a Switch, I would play the new Zelda too. So I'm kind of on the same boat there with you.
I would definitely play Zelda or Mario, or or Smash Brothers. That's it. That's it.
Hmm.
Maybe some party.
That's it.
Maybe some party, but
Some Mario Party.
maybe some partying up, but no Mario Rabbit. And speaking of which, you brought up a story that I totally forgot about, but you helped me. You reminded me without even knowing it.
You're welcome.
They're already in works of making a new Final Fantasy. They'd rather make a new Final Fantasy than finish Final Fantasy VII, because that's just what.
Because why do that? Well, why
why do that? Why do that? And guess what? It will not be coming out until the next generation of consoles. So it's strictly going to be made for the next gen consoles, whatever that is.
Well, I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, we don't need to have a Final Fantasy every year. And plus, with all the DLCs that they're doing for Final Fantasy 15, I mean, it's going to be around for a while. So I think it's safe to just hold off on making another Final Fantasy, take some time to actually perfect it, and put it on the next console. Like, I'm completely okay with it, and that will convince me to buy a PS5.
Yeah, well,
happens.
considering they're maybe announcing the release date for the PS5 this Christmas. Maybe not coming out this Christmas, but they are releasing the date of the PS5.
Which is really sad. They just bought a PS5.
I know, I did too. Well, I didn't buy it, thanks, but so.
Yeah, I feel you. You just.
Yeah, and so. Yeah, if we're gonna want to play the new Final Fantasy, we have to get a next gen console, apparently. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, as long as they take their time and don't rush into it, I'm okay.
Can we stop being like Texas Highways, please, and start one project and stop in the middle of it and then start on a new highway? Can we stop being like Texas Highways, please, and just finish Final Fantasy VII before we go on to this next Final Fantasy, please? Can we? I mean, yes, I don't care about the game no more, but geez, can we just finish a game?
Well, we're just tired, really, of the hype. That's really what it is. Like, it's been hyped for so long. Like, you can just release it now. Like, it's done.
I don't even. Your game's not fully released. Your mobile game's not fully done. You released that. You allowed your name to be put on it. You didn't release it, but you allowed your name to be put on it. A lot of these other games are broken that, in the gaming industry that are put out half broken. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, that's what they said. Final Fantasy will be released on the next gen console. Just thought I would throw that in there. And then
I have no problem with that specifically. I just hope that they take their time with it. But yeah, I mean, I understand they should just quit teasing everybody and just release the darn Final Fantasy VII remake, so that everybody can start jumping up and down for joy and having their massive Final Fantasy VII parties because it's finally come the time that they've been waiting
that would be
their entire lives.
The time would be now because I'm sorry, but the Final Fantasy 15 hype is done. It's done. I mean, it's a good game, cool, but what? You really expect the hype to be everybody playing VR fishing for Final Fantasy 15? No. And on top of that, it's a separate game.
Yeah, it's its own game.
Why? You already have fishing in the game of Final Fantasy 15. Why make it a separate game?
Because they want to do something in VR.
But here's an idea. Turn VR on. Turn VR off. Simple.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to do that. They want to try to squeeze a little more money out of you,
Well, I'm not buying it.
Just a little more.
I'm not buying it. I mean,
I'm not either, but that's been because I'm not doing VR. But
But even if I had VR, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I enjoy just doing it on the console that it's already on. Like
Exactly.
I enjoy the fishing part of the game itself, so I don't really have a need to do the whole VR thing. Like there are some people out there that are techno folk, or that they really want that VR experience, which good on them. But I don't care.
I have yet to test out any VR in my life, and we've talked about this. I have no desire to see VR, not even VR porn. Not even there is VR porn now.
Yeah.
I had a friend show me you go onto a site and they actually have, like, you go like to one of those sites and they actually have, porn that's just for VR. And if you look at it without it being on VR, it's just double of the same picture. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's, I just don't get it. Hey Angela, what's going on? I just don't get the whole VR thing. I just don't. And then the next thing I want to talk about real quick is streamer etiquette. Again, and this is what's wholly sparked me. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna put nobody on blast. 'Cause I got love for everybody, but I think everybody should learn from this. So I was in a stream one day, and I won. I won a giveaway. Well,
Okay.
I haven't received my prize, right? It was a sub-only giveaway. I haven't received my prize. And so I talked to that person. I was like, so, yo, I mean, I'm not trying to pressure you or nothing, but it's been, a month or two. Have you sent it out? Did you send it to the wrong address? Am I going to receive it? Have I received it? Has somebody broken into my mailbox? And they were like, well, I just haven't. They're like, I just don't have the money to send it. I'm like, okay. So
that's ridiculous.
I just don't get it. I just don't get my prize. Now, and here, mind you, this person has not to compare numbers or nothing, but this person has more of a following than me, has more viewers than me, has more subs than me, and has more traffic than me. From what I'm receiving, and I'm not saying people don't go through hard times. I'm not saying people don't go through hard times. I totally understand. But if I'm sub to this person, I'll say that much. If I'm paying you, what is it? I won't this to say how much I'm sub to, but if I'm paying you amount of money and pretty much all you're paying is for the shipping to send it, because he already has it or they already have it, they only have to pay $2 and something cents to send it, and you don't have the money to send me the $2 and something cents. Like, oh my Jesus! And so the lesson is here, guys. If you are going to do a giveaway, if you are going to do anything for your stream, please make sure you have your financials in order to make sure that you have it to where you can either send it to the person or whatever you need to do to get it to that person, because it's bad streaming etiquette. It's bad.
Yeah, it looks bad when you're like, "Hey, you won, but I can't afford to give it to you." Then why even do it to begin with if you couldn't afford to, keep up with it? That just makes you look bad. That's
yeah,
bad business.
Yeah, bad business, dude. I will send you the Viagra the first next week. You don't have to bleed it.
Nice.
You're funny, DB. Yeah, but so like I just thought that was like just not cool. Like, totally. And this is what I'm saying, like, streaming has become too convenient for everybody to do it, and and there's no standard. There's no like, for instance, okay, they don't send me the thing, so guess what happens? Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
They don't get held accountable for it. See, like, we don't get held accountable for it, and I feel like there needs to be some accountability for it.
I agree.
What's up, Killcam? Because what's up, Killcam? What's up, Iceman? That's the second time I've done that because I've read out the message twice. What's up, Iceman? What's good with you? So again, I just want to say, sorry, I didn't do that. Iceman. I don't know what you did. Freaking Twitch did that on its own. I didn't do that for you. Oh my God. Can somebody like untime out him, please? Oh, he just got put in timeout.
Whoops. He was so hyped that he got timed out.
Why did you time him out, Ice? Why did you time him out, Angela? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, here I gotta figure out how to untime him out now. Hold on. Thank you, DB. Yeah, good job, Angela. Blame it on the baby. No, I'm just kidding. We all know you don't like Iceman. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But dang, your baby's ruthless. She timed him out for 600 seconds. It's all good. DB fixed it. Thank you.
Got some good supporters here. I like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Iceman's gonna be like, "What the heck, man? All I said was what's up." I can't say hi no more. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus. Get your Oh my Jesus for $4.99 today.
That's right.
Had to do a little plug there, just because.
Microtransactions.
Emote microtransactions. So yeah, I just want to say to you guys, man, for you streamers that are, trying to do giveaways and stuff, if you don't have the funds to, send your gift off or whatever, your giveaway off or whatever, don't do it. Don't do it.
And honestly, this is a lesson not just for streamers, but anybody that does that. Because YouTube, there are a lot of people who do giveaways for YouTube. As a matter of fact, there was a guy that I advertised a few months back who does giveaways for Final Fantasy 15 and New Empire. What he does is sometimes he'll do like $100 giveaways where you can buy, one of those $100 packs that the game is always.
Yo, new sub, Iceman with that sub. Oh my Jesus, new sub. Thank you so much, Iceman. He said, time me out, try to do that again, I'm gonna sub. Oh my Jesus. Thank you so much, Iceman. Appreciate you, brother. Oh my God. I gotta create Iceman now. Yo.
Nice.
Yo. Iceman, thank you so much, bro. Yo,
so now you gotta put a timeout thing like on his clothes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like on the back of your shirt or your wrestler, it's gonna say timeout 600.
Yeah, I like it. You gotta make that happen.
Yeah, you're gonna be part of the 600 club. We're gonna like put you in a freaking like a stable called the 600 Club. Yeah, man.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna go down. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you guys so much, man. What's up, bearded army, man? What's going on, man? So yeah, back to what I was saying. Like it's bad all the way around. Like I can understand if you've fallen down on hard times, but come on, people, it's $2. They already bought the product. They have the product in their hand. You're just paying $2 to send it to me. $2.
It almost makes me feel like that he did the whole giveaway is just as a way to gain like more followers. Because every time somebody hears giveaway, that automatically brings people to your channel.
Well,
and so
what happened?
Seeing that it hasn't happened,
what happened? What happened was I'll explain the whole thing. What happened was they announced the giveaway, and when they announced the giveaway, like kind of like not really everybody showed up. I did, and one other person did. So they said, "Hey, guess what? Since you were the only two that showed up, you get a prize and you get a prize." I'm like, cool.
Everybody gets a car.
Everybody gets a car. So I gave my address and I was like, cool. I automatically win. And I go and yeah, I gave my address. So that person now has my address, but yet I have no prize. And and like I said, it's cool. I understand. But at the same time, come on now. I can understand if it was like a $40, $50 prize or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm smart about it, right? Like, this is what I'm gonna do. When we do the Rogue Energy giveaway, what's gonna happen is I'm not gonna order it and then have it sent to my house. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna order it on the site and then put your address there, and then the company is gonna mail you Rogue Energy. I'm just gonna pay for it.
That's just the way to do it.
I'm just gonna pay for it.
That's how I submit other things. I just order whatever it is online, put her address on it, and boom, done. I don't have to do nothing.
Exactly. I don't have to do nothing. It comes company packaged. You don't have to worry about, what does he have in his house? It comes company packaged. And on top of that, I get to use my discount, and it just all works. And, And so that's how we're gonna do the Rogue Energy giveaway. Now, granted, I don't, that's what I'm saying. When you do giveaways, you just don't do giveaways just to do giveaways. You gotta like think it out and make sure, set things aside, plan before you spam giveaway. You know what I'm saying?
Plan before you spam.
Plan before you spam. Angela, LOL. Don't feel bad. My cat banned someone once when she walked over across the phone. See, y'all be lying. Y'all be lying. Y'all be lying. Y'all be blaming your stuff on your babies and your cats. We all know you don't like them people. We know it. Y'all don't like them people. No, I'm just kidding. If you're trying to share, bro, you have to like do it with the thing. Plan, attack your plan. Exactly. Like all these things that you guys seen happen for the stream have all been mini goals that I've planned, and we've even with OG included, we've been able to. You want your Oh My Jesus? You should have your Oh My Jesus. You probably have to go out and come back in. Like close the app and then come back in, or close out of the channel and come back in, and you'll have your Oh My Jesus emote. See, everybody loves the Oh My Jesus emotes.
It's pretty legit.
I know, right? Pretty awesome. Thanks to my creator, Andy Killcam. I'm not lying. I know you're not lying. I was making a joke, Diesel. I know you're not lying. I was making a joke. There you go. You got your Oh My Jesus emotes. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate
Representing that OMJ.
You know me. But definitely, I'm actually going to put the OMJesus emote into the game also. I'm probably going to make it like a second shirt that I wear as a wrestler. So you see the Oh My Jesus. Totally cool. Totally
Or
cool.
can you like make it to where like it's a banner in the arena somewhere?
Yep.
Probably do something like that, so it's like represented, or
Yeah,
like, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or you can put it on the side of the ring or something. Like either way.
Yeah, I'll put it on the side of the ring, or maybe the announcing table.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, can totally do that, dude. I'm telling you.
Brought to you in part by OMJ.
OMJ, sponsored by Oh My Jesus. But I'm telling you, man, the game is creative, crazy creative. It is pretty amazing. I was actually surprised. Really, really surprised. Do you have anything else that you want to discuss? I remember you said you had some stuff last week that you wanted to discuss, but you weren't able to bring it up. Do you remember those things?
Well, I actually brought up one of them already. Let me just confirm if the other one, because there was one more. I just need a moment to debate to see if I already discussed it or if I already deleted it, because I actually took it out.
No,
let's see.
You're not allowed to debate.
Actually, no. I actually have went over everything that I was going to go over last week away as well, apparently. So that worked out.
Nice.
We're good.
Nice.
We're solid. So I got to find some fresh content for next week now.
Oh, got to find that fresh content. That's cool. That's cool.
Well, it'll probably find me, because that's usually what happens. Is usually I'm just minding my own business, doing my thing, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, I could talk about that. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens with me too. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is actually a really, really good topic. Ironically enough, I didn't have a lot to speak on just because I've been having a lot of drama. Well, a lot of gaming drama, so to speak. I do know that Fortnite, they decided to get one of their not arrested, but they decided to sue two of their not two of their, but two people that were cheating on their game. They actually sued them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So only reason why I didn't report it is because it's just been everywhere everywhere. It's just everywhere right now. And everywhere. So I figure if you don't know, you'll find out. But yeah, pretty much they got arrested for cheating, because let's face it, Fortnite don't play with them cheaters. Although I have been coming across a lot of cheaters. So Fortnite, you best get on it, because I've been finding I've been finding a lot of them cheaters on that PS4 there and talking about So, I still don't like the game on Xbox. I
Still.
try. Yo, Angela. Oh, you want me to freestyle rap on the podcast? Oh my Jesus. All right, you need to give me a topic. Give me a topic, OG. Just anything.
Give you a topic. Esports. Why not?
Esports. Okay. Esports, how could it be sports, Lee sports, anything that he wear? People want to stop and compare and share anything when it comes to many things, but they don't even know down how it go down. They just want to throw around anything that they can. They don't understand. They don't know how to make a plan. Next thing you know, people thinks that they running the brand. Next thing you know, people coming with the underhand. Thunderman, you don't even know now. Every time it goes down, people want to throw down. Talking all the anger and toxic. Anybody know, man? It's just some kind of hypnotic, Dr. Robotnik. See what I'm talking, see what I'm blocking. People talking all this mess. People got me going off and I'm blocking. I don't even know really what to mean. All I know is esports people say it's not really a sport thing. Well, here it is. I'm in the ring, here to come in the battle. Understand, people don't want me to run in the saddle, cause I'm running the rattle, but more like a snake. Understand, I'm tired of these people talking like they organizations, but they fake. Man, hold up.
There you go.
Hold down. Okay, but anyway, there you go. Some of it was. There you go. It was alright. It was okay. This just made.
You did your thing.
This just made the podcast 100% better. Awesome. Well, I'm sorry it was 10% or what was it? 90% bad. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like I said, esports news in a wrap. Yeah, esports news in a wrap. I would have went off about esports news in a wrap, but I didn't know a little. I don't know a lot that's going down in the esports. I don't really pay attention to esports, except for with what's going on with my organization right now. Well, not mine, but the organization that I'm part of. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I pay attention to is like Evo, which is like, the big fighting tournament, but that's kind of done for the year.
He said, "Oh yeah, Handy, I got third place finish in duos on Fortnite yesterday. Well, you know what? I got one better. Yesterday I finished second in duos on Fortnite yesterday. No, but
there you go.
GG's though, man. GG's. That's really freaking good. I have to put that game down sometimes, not because of anything, but I get so, my adrenaline and my heart gets pumping so much, and I get so excited and so crazy. Like, actually, if you go to my channel, actually, maybe someone will probably play it. Someone just followed too. Awesome. Guys, we are at 2,532 followers, man. Can you believe it?
Stats, bro.
Them stats, bro. Rad on the hardcore capable or represent. Hardcore capable represent. Yeah, definitely. Actually, yesterday, OG, in Fortnite, I actually took out a sniper with a pickaxe. Basically,
with a pickaxe.
They tried to snipe me, but they kept missing, and I just ran up on them and just axed them to death. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
I may or may not have gotten 4 solo wins last night. I'm pretty sure you did. You are a Fortnite beast. I know if I got you on my team, I know there's a 70% chance we're winning. That's just being it real. Well, since we are pulling our stuff out, yesterday I thought I was in a solo match when in actuality it was a squad match. And then, SBG828, welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chill and we kill and we have no drama.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to add a little bit more pizzazz to it now. Hold on, Crew Dog. You wrote like a book, man. You wrote like a chapter in the Bible. Hold on. I had to like sit down and study this for a second. I thought I was in a solo match, but when it was a squad match. There was 9 people left, and I came in 4th place. At one point, I told Boobies is his significant other. He's not actually talking to his boobies. I'm turning these guys in because they were teaming. Oh, but when I saw them reviving each other, you realized you were playing squads and not solos. You dork, Crew Dog. That's funny. You should have had.
Nice.
I wish I'd have been there to see that, man. Yo, we got new follow, man. Y'all coming late for church again, man. Coming late for church. Coming late for church, right at the end, right after the message. You always want to come right when the food is and right when the fellowship is, man. People coming late for church. For church and time.
Oh, there's some fried chicken and some cornbread and some Kool-Aid. Oh shoot, I'm there.
Oh, the message is finally over. Let's all show up. I've only been what? I was once a bean. I've only been that once. Okay. You've been a bean. Okay, cool. Me. So what? Whatever. Alice Death something. Welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chillin', we killin', we have no drama. I know it got fire after that freestyle, huh? Yeah, I know, right? I know. I thought about maybe one day, but it have to be like when I know I'm not gonna be interrupted, or I have like a room like dedicated for streaming. I thought about one day like streaming like me actually doing a song. One day like recording a song, and like how I piece it together. I think that would be kind of interesting because again, you don't see that anywhere. So I'm thinking about doing that, but it'll be once because even though we're staying in San Antonio, I'm still gonna move. We're still gonna move.
Okay.
Just because I'm ready for a stream room. Because I know.
Yeah, get a house, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm definitely. I know I would be doing more content and like it would be more beneficial for the stream if I had my own room. So you know what I'm saying? Dang, another follower. Let's go, man. Let's go.
That follow hype.
And every time I want to say goodbye, someone want to say hi. No, I don't want to leave, but I just know we really don't have much more content to talk about. But it's called cool. We can sit here and BS with you guys for a little bit. It's all good. I hope you guys are.
I'm gonna tell you something kind of funny real quick, since you were talking about being competitive.
Okay.
There's this guy who plays, I think it's Street Fighter 5. I don't know the name because someone that looks Asian or whatever, but no big deal, right?
Yeah.
So
only
this
Asian.
guy is known for like taking off his shirt in like events when he's like going into beast mode. And he's actually pretty good. He usually wins. Well, at the most recent Evo,
STGBD, welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chillin', we killin', we have no drama. I have enough hype for tons of freestyles. Yeah, I know, right? For real. Or
Nice.
maybe push-ups. No, my shoulder's broke. Can't do it. I could do
Can't
it.
do it.
Can't do it, but my shoulder's still messed up. My arm's still messed up. It just doesn't hurt. No push-ups. I'm about to take the push-ups off there. I'm gonna add some few other stuff. I think I'm gonna add. I don't know what I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add some other stuff. I wish I had like the bad jelly beans, like bad tasting jelly beans. So then I would, I don't know, eat a bad tasting jelly bean. But anyway, go ahead with your story. What were we gonna say?
No, so this guy who takes his shirt off, whatever, like it's kind of a thing, like that's what he's known for. Well, I believe at the most recent Evo for 2017, there was this other guy who was playing against, and to tease him and to kind of bait him into like being the beast, the guy kind of lifted his shirt like and he looked at the audience and was like, "Hey, should I do it? Should I taunt him?" And everyone was like kind of going crazy. So the other guy takes his shirt off first, and then gets up, turns around, and puts his shirt on his shoulder and then taps him. Like, come on, go ahead, do it. You ain't got the balls. And so it was kind of cool. And eventually the guy took his shirt off. So you see two guys with their
That's
shirts off, like going
crazy.
beast mode on Street Fighter Five.
That's
It was pretty
crazy.
legit. It's kind of there's some really cool, interesting stuff if you really look into the whole competitive thing. There's some people who have their own kind of characters or whatever, and
Mhm.
it gets really interesting. Like I used to know a lot of the players' names and stuff like that because I used to follow them that much. But I've kind of fallen off the whole competitive train lately. But there were some small things I do remember here and there. But that was kind of one of the funniest things I remember from this year's Evo.
One guy that I do follow in the competitive fighting scene. His name is Sonic Fox, Blue Sonic Fox,
Hmm.
and he wears like a blue Sonic, like not no, he wears like a blue fox hat, like it's like a fox head, and it like has
Hmm.
tails, but he looks like, but he looks like he's got Sonic ears. He's really beast. He's really beast,
Okay.
but you wouldn't think he's beast because he's like, when he talks and when he acts, he's like sort of kind of like feminine. Like he's kind of like, I don't know what you would say, like a metrosexual kind of guy. And
Okay.
for those that don't know what metrosexual is, that has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It's more of a guy that's like high maintenance and uh, like all crazy. You got Angela's attention talking about guys talking about the shirts off. Yeah, I know, right? For real. I was like, I was gonna test it. I was like, I wonder what would happen if it's against the rules if I take my shirt off and stream with. Cause there's a guy on Twitch. He plays Mega Man. He plays like regular Nintendo Mega Man with his shirt off.
Interesting.
But he's like, he don't got no muscles. He ain't got no 4 pack. He ain't got the muscles like I do. He's just like, you know, like back in Philip's prime.
Plain old him.
Yeah, he's just plain old Philip white dude. Nothing. And
Mm.
he's back like he's probably as skinny as Philip was back in the day, if not more.
Mm.
And I'm just like, oh my Jesus! Like, I was even appalled. I was like, I don't want to look at this. But he was playing Mega Man though. He's playing Mega Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
And my battery's almost dead. How did that
Oh
happen?
we're about to end the podcast soon anyway, so I guess that's just a sign that we gotta end the show, yo. But go ahead and take us out. Oh, we gotta follow. We can't end it yet. Hold on. She said, I think I should add truth or dare. Well, if I add truth or dare, it could get a little bit crazy. It could get a little bit crazy. I don't know about that. I don't know about
Yeah, I
that.
don't know.
Yo, Ermi, XO. Welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chillin', we killin', we have no drama. Got 22 biddies from boobies that said, LOL, Handy Kill Cam said, he got muscles like I do. That's right. Thank you for the biddies.
30, 40, 50, 60
Nice.
biddies.
My lovely boobies is in the Marshall fucking house. He didn't say fucking. He said fucking. Like Marshall Falker. But
Of course.
I just said fucking, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it, Angela. All I know is it could get bad. Somebody be like, I dare you to stick a pencil eraser up your nose. I dare you to shock yourself. I dare you to do the cinnamon challenge. I don't know. We'll think about it. It could be an idea. It could be an idea. But in control, I'm most likely I would answer I would do truth instead of dare. I'd be
Yeah,
like
I'm more of
truth.
a truth guy.
I'd be like truth because I don't care. I'll tell you anything. I don't care. I'll
Pretty
share.
much.
I'll tell you anything and everything. I have no secrets. I have no closets. I really don't. Like I'm
If you ever got any Q&A, you can always like message them offline, and then we can answer all questions you guys have.
You know
So
what?
that's
You
the
know
thing. We
what?
can do that.
You know what? We could do. That could be another thing too. Like we could do like a Q&A. Like you do the high points for any. You can ask any question. No question is off limits. Maybe I'll do that because the dare thing could probably get me in trouble on Twitch because you
Right.
got people that want to be stupid on Twitch. What did he say? The block. What? The block under what? The block of undersweating baking chocolate challenge. What? What the flip is that?
I don't think I want to know.
I don't. That sounds like a constipated piece of poop. To be honest, I don't know. But anyways, unfortunately, guys, we got to go because his phone's about to die, and yeah. And we can't have a co-host not have a phone die. Our third co-host didn't make it today. We were supposed to have a third guest today. Bezoid said that he was going to be a guest today. Yeah, I'm putting Bezoid on blast.
Man, that's messed up, bro.
I know it is, but oh well. It is what it is. He said he was going to come and be a guest today. And he was going to talk about the Dragon Ball Z series, I believe. And
oh, wow.
And yeah.
Which I actually do like Dragon Ball Z. I just haven't watched Super yet. I will do it one day. I did promise you guys I would do it. It just hasn't happened yet. But I will be watching Dragon Ball Super eventually. However, right now they have a new season of Shokugeki no Soma. What that is, that's Food Wars. So I will be watching that. And once I'm done with that new season, I will go back and watch Dragon Ball Super.
What the heck is the library challenge? All these people with these... I don't know these challenges, y'all. I don't know library challenge. What do I got to read books? I've read the Bible 14 times. So does that count? Does that count? That's a lot of freaking pages, man. But go ahead, OG. Go ahead and take us out, my brother.
Yes, at 4% battery, I want to go ahead and let you guys know we do appreciate your participation and thank you for watching / listening / participating in this OG Tubecast, or for those who are listening to this podcast. You will be here, of course, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central CST. That's right, Central Standard Time for those who don't know. Of course, Handy Kill Cam will be here throughout the week, doing all of his wonderful things on Twitch. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow's is Able Gamers. So don't forget to join them there. And I will be doing some videos this week since I failed to do any videos last week. So I'll probably do like a Final Fantasy 15 tutorial, especially since now your boy Handy apparently is playing the game. I got to make sure that he's up and up. So I got to make
I'm going to try and get in his guild. I'm going to try and get in his guild, guys. Hopefully. Pray for
yeah, we'll have to communicate as far as where you're at. Because if you're in my server, I'll probably get you in. So we'll see what's up.
All right, cool.
But yeah, look out for his, channel. And of course, I'll be making some YouTube videos here and there. And until next week, you guys have fun. Take it easy.
And I want to stress two things. I don't know if I'm going to play Overwatch tomorrow or if I'm going to play Fortnite tomorrow, only because there's been a lot of new stuff added to Overwatch. And I may play Overwatch tomorrow, but more likely Fortnite. And another thing I want to stress, please remember I'm doing daily videos on YouTube now of the WWE 2K18 my player, my career season. I'm also going to be doing the PvP mode on WWE 2K18 in the videos where you guys are going to see me be making kids cry and complain because I love it. I love making them freaking get angry. It's funny because they get on their mics and talk so much shit because apparently they say I'm a cheat at the game and I'm a boss and all these different things. So I figured it was funny to me, so I'm going to share it with you guys. In fact, I'm going to record my first video today, probably as soon as we get done here. That's probably where I'm going to go next and then upload the podcast. So please make sure to check those out if you want to. You don't have to. It's no requirement. But without further ado, we shall end and we'll probably go raid somebody. Wait, where's my phone? Where is my phone? Oh, here's my phone.
He was going to raid somebody until he lost his mobile device.
Oh, my phone's dead. My phone is dead.
Speaking of dead phones.
So, unfortunately, what game? Either Overwatch or you talking about on the videos? I'm going to be playing WWE 2K18. The good
old wrestling.
The good old wrestling. And then tomorrow might be Overwatch or Fortnite on Able Gamers. So I haven't decided yet. I may do a vote on Able Gamers and see what they want. See what they want. Um, but other than that, you guys go to wherever you want to go, whoever you want to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Show Handy love. You ain't gotta say Handy Raid, but just show the same love Handy always does. You know what I'm saying? The same love and the same respect. And that means more to me than anything than saying Handy Raid. If you can spread the love that I try to do for everybody and the love that I do on my streams, that means more to me than you could probably ever do, man. Because, you know, we need a little bit more love in the world, that's for sure. Without further ado, though, we out.
We old.